As we get older, tasks that were effortless in the past get harder with time. And we discovered that with my in-laws when we found out that they needed 22 light bulbs in their home and they didn't ask us for help. Once we got those light bulbs replaced and Phil went into the rehab center, we also noticed something else. Not only could they not replace the light bulbs themselves, but they couldn't even turn on their lamps because of their deteriorating mobility and dexterity. And that prompted us to find some innovative home lighting solutions to help make their house safe so that they can age in place. If you're new here, hi, I'm Vicki. Let me share with you the 5 lighting gadgets that made a huge difference and allowed them to age in place, and they're so awesome, they're now in my house too. So over the years, my in-laws would call us all the time to let us know that their timers were broken, they didn't work anymore, and we'd always replace them because they were driving, they'd come home late at night, they want the lights on, or they'd go on vacation, they wanted to make it look like they were still home. And so we didn't think anything of it until Phil went into the rehab facility and Mill called to say that she needed a new timer. And we're like, why do you need a new timer? You're home, you don't drive anymore, you don't need to kind of set anything to be gone. But she was insistent that she needed this timer. And the more that we dug into it, we determined that she needed the timer because she could no longer reach over and go underneath the lampshade to get to the knob. And then with her arthritis, she couldn't no longer turn the knob to turn the light on. And that was an aha moment for us. And so we started finding gadgets that we could use to make it easier to turn the lights on and off. So this first one is a remote control power outlet. And it comes with a set of 5 sockets that you can plug in and 2 remote controls. And the remote control is based off of 1 through 5. Let's take our lamp here and turn it on. I'm going to plug this one, plug it into number 1, plug that in, and then pressing my buttons, I can turn it on, I can turn it off. And so you can go through your house and turn on based on the number on the socket. So this came in really handy for the caregivers because they could have been assisting Phil in the back of the house and hear Mill get up, and then they can actually automatically turn on the lights for her without having to leave Phil in an unsafe position. So this next one works in a similar way in that it has a remote control. It comes with 4 of what these little light sockets here, 1 through 4, and has two remotes. And how we want this one is I'm going to turn it on, and then we're going to take our light bulb out. We're going to put one of these in, and we are plugging it into number 4. And you can see that it's on with the red dot. We're going to put our light bulb in. Control it with 4. Turning it off. Turning it on. And then there's an all on or all off button. If you have more than one of them, you can turn them all off together. Now these are great if you are like my in-laws and you live in a post-war home where you don't have a lot of outlets and maybe your outlets are doing double duty and you don't need that big guy, taking up all the room, then you can use these. And this one also has an on and an off as well. So you can do an all on, turn everything on at one time, turn everything off, or individually. So next up are night lights. And the first one, as I mentioned in this video here, is a light sensing or a dawn to dusk night light. And so it has a little sensor here that when the room is dark, it will come on. When the room is light, it will turn off. So these work best when they are in a room where it has natural light, so it has a window or something that's going to be able to trigger the sensor. If you don't have a room like that and you want to use a night light, it's better to get the one that has the lever, the on-off button, and I'll put a picture of that up here. Then there are these These, oh my gosh, these are such a savior in my house. These are actually motion sensing. And so what you can do is you can turn them on and off yourself, or you can put them on auto, which will do the motion sensing. And how these work are, someone walks into a room or walks down a hallway, the act of them passing by it will turn it on. And these have been such a lifesaver because if you've taken care of somebody with dementia, there's a little thing called sundowning, and then there's also a little bit of sleepless nights, some agitation, dreams that seem so real that they'll get up and they'll start walking. And our caregiver, she's taking care of two people in the middle of the night. So say she's taking care of someone who needs help going to the bathroom and someone's now up walking around the house in the dark. This will trigger lights wherever they go. And then when she's done taking care of someone, she can actually trace the path of lights to see where the other person went. So this was really, really helpful for her. So then this next one, I don't have it in my hand to hold because it's after Christmas and I only use these at Christmas time. And so they're already packed up, but I'll put a picture of them up here and I'll show you how they work. But these work in the same way as the one that I showed you first with the lamp that you plug into the wall. And I use these because they work indoor and outdoor to do both my interior and my exterior Christmas lights. And what I like about them is I can actually stand in the middle of my house and turn off my exterior Christmas lights. I don't have to go outside. I don't have to unplug anything. I don't have to be out there in the cold. Wonderful, wonderful gadgets. If any of these, pique your interest, you're thinking about adding these, I will put my affiliate link down in the description below. If you purchase them from Amazon with my link, it won't cost you anything more than what you normally would have paid. I just get a small commission. But now I'm going to tell you the reason why these gadgets are in my home in my 50s. So as I mentioned before, Phil had to go to a rehab facility, and that's when we started to notice that they probably couldn't take care of themselves. And we started making some adjustments and changes, adding in some gadgets to make things a little bit easier. And what we discovered was within a matter of minutes of us demonstrating how to use these gadgets to Mill, she would forget how to use them. And she would be asking us the same questions over and over again. Once we dove into their medical conditions and got them diagnosed and understood what was going on with them, we really realized that they were in rapid cognitive decline. So their short-term memory was basically almost gone. But when we looked back over time, this had been something that had been progressing, and we gave them a Sleep Number bed in 2012. And fast forward a couple of years, Phil tells my husband, hey, this bed is rock hard and we're not understanding why the bed is so hard because, you can adjust it. There's no such thing as, a lumpy, springy mattress anymore. So when he went in the bedroom to figure out what was wrong, he had discovered that all the air was out of the Sleep Number and the remotes were just covered in dust. So they never, ever, ever adjusted the air in the mattress. And when he talked to them about it, my father-in-law says, oh, that's what that was for. I forgot what that was for. Knowing that things that we started to introduce to them in their 60s, they weren't remembering how to use. And so all of the gadgets that we've been introducing them in our 40s and our 50s, we are also adopting to hedge our bets and make sure we can still remember how to use them later on in our life. We don't want to come down to the point where we're just surrounded by gadgets, have no idea what they are, how to use them, and can't turn on a light. And in putting these gadgets in the house and seeing that, Mill couldn't use them, bringing in the caregiver and she's, working all the remotes and making her life a lot easier, we just know that planning for aging in place has to start really, really early. And, if I can push you into starting to look around your house and look and see what are some things that you can do now to hedge your bets for in the future, because I got to tell you, while this wasn't a lighting gadget, when I bought this house, we bought it from the second owner, whose dad and mom had the house and he was still living here. And the back bathroom, when I walked into it, it was like, why does one need 20 grab bars in a bathroom? But the bathroom was the least of our worries. We had to do other stuff, so we didn't touch the bathroom. Move in, a couple weeks later, I twist my ankle. That grab bar by the toilet became my best friend when I twisted my ankle to help me lower myself and pick myself back up without putting more strain on my ankle. And don't realize what you're going to need until you need it. And if I had removed that grab bar because I thought it was an eyesore, yeah, when I twisted my ankle, I probably would have been begging someone to put something in there to help me, or been, in there trying to use the broomstick or the plunger pole to try to pull myself up. So as we age, proper lighting is essential to help us age in place safely, because our eyes, they get older, they get weaker. We want to make sure we have proper lighting. And the best part about all of these solutions that I've shared with you, they are easy to install and they're very, very affordable. So if you need more tips to keep you safe at home, check out this video. And if you watch it, there's a bonus for you. You're also going to get to hear the full backstory on how my in-laws needed 22 light bulbs. If you've made it this far with me, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.